Hi, YouTube, and thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Uh, the continuing drama of Donald Trump and Epstein, and the Pandora's box he opened during the election when he said he was absolutely going to release those files, and then Pam Bondi, Pam Bondi, our Attorney General, said she was reviewing it on her desk in February, and now they've said that, oh, our bad, we don't have them. It's like the Malaysian flight 850, whatever, 800, whatever that was, the one that went missing. It's like the Malaysian flight of Department of Justice documents. They just disappeared. Nobody knows where they went. And what files? We don't know anything about any files. But this cabinet meeting was just crazy. It reminded me of the Chappelle skit Black Bush, where he just oil? What oil? What are you talking about, oil? Throws everything and just bolts out of the cabinet meeting. It was hilarious. And it's almost exactly like this.
Sure. Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep?
Yeah, we're still talking about it because you just said it didn't exist. What? I get it. There's been a lot more development since this cabinet meeting, but this is just like, how many times during the election do we hear about the Epstein Files and releasing the Epstein Files? And it is a big part of MAGA identity, is that, save the children. There's these high level pedophiles and these trafficking rings all over the United States of very prominent people. And this was like a linchpin in them. And now they're just like, why you keep talking about this guy? What's going on? What? Who's that? Epstein? Why are you talking about Epstein?
That is unbelievable. Do you want to waste the time, and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this, where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy with what happened in Texas. It just seems like a desecration, but you go ahead.
Sure.
Yeah, the FEMA stuff is a whole nother thing. But for him to use that to not talk about Epstein, it's just, the man is not all there anymore, and he is flailing about. He's casting. He is unstable. He knows that this is a big problem for him, but he's just trying to lie his way out of it and do what he always does. Here was his True Social post today, and it gets even weirder and stranger. Yeah, what's going on with my boys, and in some cases girls? They're all going after Attorney General Pam Bondi, who is doing a fantastic job. We're on one team, MAGA, and I don't like what's happening. We have a perfect administration, the talk of the world, and selfish people are trying to hurt it, all over a guy who never dies. Okay, unintentionally hilarious, because, Epstein didn't kill himself, and the guy who never dies. Jeffrey Epstein. For years, it's Epstein, over and over again. Why are we giving publicity to files written by Obama, crooked Hillary, Comey, Brennan, and the losers and criminals of the Biden administration who conned the world with the Russia hoax, 51 intelligence agents, the laptop from hell, and more? They created the Epstein Files, just like they created the fake Hillary Clinton, Christopher Steele dossier that they used on me. And now my so-called friends are playing right into their hands. Why didn't these radical left lunatics release the Epstein Files? Unintentionally, he makes a very good point there. So let's examine why wouldn't they. Had a discussion earlier with someone who's way more right-wing than I am at this point. And yeah, we both agree with it. I mean, release the files. Just release the files. If Clinton's in there, prosecute him. If Bush is in there, prosecute him. Whoever is in those files, prosecute him. Throw him in jail. Left and right, we're all in agreement on this issue right here. Release the files. Prosecute them. Why Biden didn't release it, I couldn't say. I do think that at an upper level, that the sheer number of prominent people that were involved in this is going to stagger everyone, and it's a file of mutually assured destruction. That's probably why Biden didn't release it. Also, because, frankly, it would probably wind up, had Biden released it, it's exactly what he's claiming here. It'd say, that's fake, that's been doctored. That's not the case. We know he's in the files. We know Trump is in the files, period. It doesn't get much play in conservative circles, but he's on the flight logs. He's in the Epstein's little black book of numbers and contacts all over the place. All Trump's private numbers are in there. They hung around together. There's photos. There's photos of Trump's hand on the thigh of a young girl with Epstein. I mean, these are all known. These are all facts. This is truth. And this is just a distraction. This is an attempt to try and steer the narrative away from it and con his brainwashed MAGA folks yet again to ignore this. Don't look behind the curtain. Pay no attention to that man. And frankly, this whole post right here and that cabinet meeting is like, tell me you're in Epstein's client list without telling me that you're in Epstein's client list. Or, and kind of like groceries, a very old-timey word of methinks he doth protest too much. Here's another part of that Truth Social post. It was really long, and shockingly for him, it stayed on message. So it's very important to him, because usually he rambles off into the distance like the elderly person that he is, who absolutely 100% has nothing cognitively wrong with him. Now he goes into Kennedy or Martin Luther King Jr. files. No matter how much success we have had securing the border, deporting criminals, and grandmas and kids with cancer and roofers and farm labor. Yeah, you get the picture. Kind of energy dominance. I mean, price of my electricity went up. A safer world where Iran will not have nuclear weapons. It's never enough for some people. We're about to achieve more in 6 months than any other administration has achieved in over 100 years. Sure, Jan. And we have so much more to do. We are saving our country and making America great again, which will continue to be our complete priority. The left is imploding. Kash Patel and the FBI must be focused on investigating voter fraud. Yep, there it is. Political corruption. Seriously, Trump coin political corruption. Yeah, I mean, you get the point on this one. I mean, it just keeps going on. I do love this recurring one he's currently fixating on. And if you've ever had an elderly grandparent, you kind of know what I'm talking about here. One Saudi in his Kiss My Ass tour of the Middle East called the United States the hottest country right now. We were dead earlier, and now he just keeps freaking talking about it over and over and over again. So that is that. And now, let's take a look at the MAGA world response. Needless to say, MAGA is none too pleased. Here's on literally his Truth Social, which he never gets pushed back on this one. He never does, and he is ratioed like a mother. We want the elite pedos. You promised us that. Pam promised us that. Kash promised us that. Now it's our fault because we want that promise fulfilled. That's not good news for Trump. Here's another. More gaslighting. I thought you were above this. From the swamp. And another. It's going to cost you so many supporters, I being one of them. I've been to multiple rallies. It can't be charged. Alan Dershowitz. I mean, Dershowitz. Dude. When Dershowitz turns against you and feels he can't make a buck or some publicity from it, you're cooked. Yeah, so then I don't have the video on it yet, but I gather he did an emergency interview with his daughter-in-law, Laura Trump, on Fox News, where he goes on and tries to repair some of this stuff, and it's not flying. MAGA is revolting on him over this, as they should, as anybody should. This is something that is bipartisan. This should be released. This is not even a left or right issue. This is a law and order issue. This is a public safety issue. These people should be brought to justice, because right now what they're telling us is that Ghislaine Maxwell is in jail for child trafficking with no clients. So she didn't do it to anybody. There was nobody she sent these to. So how? There has to be somebody involved in this. And Dershowitz, for one, is confirming the existence of the client list. Multiple other people have confirmed the existence of the client list. In Ghislaine Maxwell's trial, a lot of the evidence was suppressed by agreement. So we know these things are there. And they're just flat out trying to gaslight and lie to us, trying to make it go away. Why? Probably because dear leader is all over it. He's all over the files. I mean, it's been so obvious for so long that it's almost a joke. It's almost a joke that some people are just waking up to this now and realizing, oh yeah, whoa, we didn't know. Really? The guy who said he went into the changing room of the Miss America. So keep in mind, these are teenage girls. He went backstage in the changing area of the Miss America pageant, where all the girls were naked and changing. Those were 16, 17-year-olds, folks. He already said it. He's already admitted to this stuff. So why would it be so surprising that he would suppress this information now when he's probably all over it? Like, he's on the flight logs almost more than anybody. The girls that were on the island, a lot of them were recruited or picked up through Mar-a-Lago. Some of them were brought in through Trump's modeling agency. And somehow we're going to think he wasn't involved? Come on. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching to this point. Hit like and subscribe. I appreciate it. Have a good night.